There we go.
Hey, beautiful friends. This is Sarah Blumenfeld with Networking Done Different and Outreach of and Invitation to More.com. This is part of a special series highlighting the service providers and vendors for the Galveston Metaphysical and Healing Fair at Galveston Convention Center on April 6th, 2024 from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Hope you'll come out and see our great service providers. And right now we're going to talk with Madam Susanna about what she's offering at the fair. Hey, Susanna.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me today. I'm really excited.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about what you're providing at the fair.
So I am a reader and I do crystal and oracle card readings. The method for the crystals is called crystal lithomancy. And I like to give a little education about that. Mancy as a suffix, M-A-N-C-Y, means divination. Litho is Greek for stone, so stone divination. I call it crystal lithomancy to differentiate between the rocks out of your driveway. These are crystals that I have picked myself using my intuition and going to several different shops. And then I use oracle cards. The oracle cards, they go a little deeper on your crystal reading. And my readings are really great when you do crystals and cards together. It's a very comprehensive reading.
Okay. I think I've actually had a crystal reading with you.
I think you have.
I'm trying to think where we knew each other, but as soon as you said that, I'm like,
yeah,
oh, yeah, I remember now.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you dump the crystals out and see where they lay and what their is next to the other one.
Each crystal has its own divinatory significance. So, you know, if it's by itself, I read it by itself. If it's grouped up with others, I'm just like, oh, well, you need to stick up with yourself with your family, you know, that kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. And I also work with a pendulum, and it is really good for yes or no questions. That's usually toward the end of the reading when I check in with my client. I'm like, did you get what you needed from me today? They're like, well, I really want a concrete answer. And I'm like, well, I'm going to ask my pendulum and see what she says.
Okay.
That's where I go with that.
Yeah. So how can someone best prepare to have a session with you, like at a fair when you have kind of limited time, right? Maybe 15, 20 minutes. Is it best to come with one or two questions already in your mind?
Mine are actually best to not have any questions. Mine are best to just keep yourself open to whatever message you receive. I like to say that my crystals encourage you to talk about what you need to talk about, not necessarily what you want to talk about, which is my nice way of saying they'll call you out a little bit. And I start
in
with
a nice way.
in a nice way. But you know that I start with them because sometimes we do have preconceived notions of what we want out of a reading, and the crystals kind of push that to the side by encouraging you to talk about, oh, wow, okay, I am holding on to something and I really do need to let it go so that my future can open up and things can happen for me. And then I give them the option, okay, did you have any particular questions, or did you want to go just deeper with the cards, or did you get what you needed from me today? So keep an open mind, get Hollywood out of your head. Letting all of that stuff that we see in movies and TVs, letting it go, and just be open to the messages you receive from me.
Yeah. Well, and the beauty of that is we have all these filters, right? And that's kind of where our questions come from. We have this idea of, well, this is the information that I require. And what you're offering is just let the filters go and see what shows up. And it's probably going to be something that you really did require and you didn't realize it.
Right. And sometimes people are insistent. Well, I have a question. Like, you know what? You can ask the question. My crystals may or may not answer it. Because again, it's about what you need to talk about.
Right.
And sometimes they will. Sometimes they will answer the question of, oh, okay, yeah, that's right there. It's showing up right here.
Yeah. So how long have you been doing this kind of work?
I started as a reader in 2006. And of course I started with friends and family because that's what you do.
Right.
And I developed the crystal method that I have probably about 5 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago. And I have been a full-time professional reader since 2020. So it'll be 44 years as a full-time professional reader in September 2020.
Wow.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what's one of the most fun things about it for you?
Getting to know new people and helping people.
Mm-hmm.
It is so validating when people are like, wow, you really helped me, and I really appreciate the time that you took to sit with me and talk with me today. And I like it when my clients get up from my chair, from their chair, from my table, and with a sense of, okay, now I know which direction to go.
Mm. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. Awesome. So how can people get in touch with you other than coming to the fair?
I have lots of social media. I'm on Instagram as Madam Susanna. If you just look for me on Instagram as Madam Susanna, and also I have a Facebook page. It's Madam Susanna, and www.madamsusanna.com.
Very easy to remember, and that's
Yes.
Susanna.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you'd like to share as we wrap up?
It's going to be a beautiful day, April the 6th. Come on out and see us. We're going to be sitting there waiting for you.
There you go. There you go. All right, friends. Yes, please put on your calendar April 6th, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. the Galveston County Convention Center. There's going to be so many wonderful folks there. Just being in the energy of the place is definitely worth it, right? Just walk around, see what attracts you, and really let yourself be fed.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Susanna. It's so nice chatting with you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
And thank you, friends, for joining. Always appreciate you. See you at the fair. Bye.
Bye.